Good morning from Galveston. Had a rather interesting interaction with some folks here today. It is very frustrating that the Pretrial Intervention Program, or PTIP, in Galveston County requires clients to sign a statement of confession. It appears that the reason for this is because there is no jury trial if there's a violation of the PTIP. The person is simply convicted of the offense. What is unfortunate with that is that folks that are not U.S. citizens but came here legally, been here their entire lives, simple misdemeanor convictions or a conviction could get the person deported. With that statement of confession, even though they're not being convicted in court, it's my understanding, talking to many immigration attorney colleagues, that this actually is the same thing or perceived as the same thing by the Department of Homeland Security as a conviction, and it ultimately would involve my client being deported. So unfortunately, unlike Harris or Brazoria counties that don't make the client sign a statement of confession, Galveston County currently does. And so what does this mean? It means we have to go to trial. What does that involve? The county has to pay funds for the jury. They have to pay for all the staff their normal salaries, but instead of doing another case, we're going to eventually have to deal with this case for a trial. And then if there's any experts, any fees that are necessary to be paid by the court, that all comes out as well. So with all of that being said, it is very frustrating that justice grinds to a halt. And certainly the state and I can disagree as to what justice is. But for someone to be charged with a very low-level misdemeanor offense who is willing to do pretrial intervention, that because of these procedures, what it requires is my client risking a jury trial with a conviction, all the time and money and expenses that the county has to pay for a jury trial. And then ultimately, at the very end of this, my client could be deported if he is convicted. So just rather frustrating, but we're going to give him a fight.